Hi guys. Okay, decided to finally get to my MUN video I've been promising you guys. Um, I just got my hair cut, so I decided to do it now. First of all, I want to thank you all for following me. I'm surprised and very thankful that you guys have decided to stick with me through all this time, through all the OC posts and everything. This video is going to have you guys get to know me, Missnyotauhura, the MUN, and I want to show some love to some of the followers. I have a list of questions and answers, so bear with me. My first shout out is to Of Space and Logic. She is absolutely amazing, and she's so sweet, and her playing Spock is phenomenal. Like, I cannot even express. She is the best Spock. She is my Spock. Okay, she is my main, and if I had a relationship page, which I should do probably, definitely on it. Number one. Love her so much. Music streams are awesome. I love, 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 love talking to her. And I hope to get to know her even more because she's a really good friend and she's really cool and you guys should all follow her. And she's my senpai and my OTP with my character. So, next one is Shintagai Tamanda Ahura, aka Whose Name Means Freedom, and Jim Kirk of the Enterprise. She is so sweet. Whenever I go through any kind of problems, she is there for me, and I absolutely love that. Like, she is just such a good person, and I'm so glad to have met her. And I have to admit, I miss Amanda. I missed Amanda so much. I miss her, like, so much. I loved having a little kid. Oh God, she's so cute. But she's also super amazing. You guys need to follow her. And the next one on my list is My Family is My Crew. She is my Khan. I never would have thought I would have shipped Nyota and Khan before until I met her and until we started role playing. She is phenomenal with her interpretation of Khan. Like, she knows him inside and out and really knows how to portray him. It is really awesome. And I actually found her through an old person that I was following named Snarky Dr. McCoy. I don't know what happened to her. I mean, I kind of miss seeing her on my dash. She was really cool, but I've seen her and My Family is My Crew roleplay together and decided to follow, and I'm so glad I did. She is also one of my OTPs with my character, and I don't even know, like, she's just so great. Next one is Logicos, aka Vulcanaries. I never would have known she came back. I loved having our characters interact with each other, and I really missed our thread. Like, I know times get tough. I'm not really that good with keeping up with stuff, but I really enjoyed our thread and really enjoyed like our character development, and I really miss it, and I really hope we can roleplay again. But she is really good at what she does. Oh my god, I so good, and I don't really find many Spocks as great. I only have like a couple on my list. Her and Of Space and Logic are amazing Spocks. They really get him. It's so good. Next one on my list isn't in the Star Trek fandom, but it's Dr. O'Thredson. I seeing her on my dash is so funny. I crack up, literally. I'll literally start laughing and people will look at me like I'm crazy. She is, oh my god, so hilarious. And when you see them in character, they play them so well. It's scary how well she plays Oliver Thredson, and I love that character so much. So, see, having someone who knows how to play that character and play it well is definitely a refresher, and she's so nice, and she's one of my senpais, so yeah. Next one on my list is Jackson O'Frost, one of my OC characters that I really enjoy. I usually stick to the canon characters and canon like ships and whatnot, but this is one OC character I actually do ship with my character Nyota, and I really do enjoy role playing with them. And her character Jackson really brings out the more controlling and dominant side of Nyota, and I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. and she kind of, I don't know, I like how they interact with each other, and the Mun is really nice, and she always wants to interact with me, and so I like that. It's nice. It's nice to have someone who always wants to message me and play with Miyota. Next one is Don't Be an Infant, or Don't Be an Infant. I always read it like that, but this McCoy is amazing. Just stop what you're doing, follow, and you will not regret it. They are so great. We've only interacted maybe once or twice, maybe, but I miss it, and I think there should be kind of some bro TPs going on, because I can see them being really good friends, and this is me to you. We should make a thread. Next one is I am captain of this ship. This person is so nice. Again, all these people I'm mentioning are so nice. I'm like, I love everybody. I usually hate people, but these people, I love them. But this gym is really, really good. This is a very, very good gym. Like, it's pretty crazy. She plays them really well. Like, wow. Wow. Next one is Kirk Starfleet. When I started following, it was like more of a tough time, I'm guessing, with this person, but this person, they've messaged me, I've messaged them, and they're very sweet and they're very nice, and by what I can see, they roleplay very well, and I haven't known them long, but knowing someone who's a good person and stuff, I think that's even more important as well, and I like how they're a good person at heart, and so I'm definitely open to role-playing with them. I really hope they continue to role-play in the Star Trek community, so maybe if they want, you can role-play sometime. Next one is I Don't Know But I Like Him. So funny. God. I love when people make me laugh. If you make me laugh, we're most likely going to be friends, and she is definitely. If you make me laugh, so we're friends. And you're a very good Bones, and yeah. Sorry, I'm so awkward. Next one is Medical Chick. I haven't really roleplayed Missnyotauhura with her character, mostly because I'm not really sure how to start. I'm not really good with that, especially because it's an OC character. It's very hard for me to think of something to come up with unless it was like a Spock or maybe a Jim or a Bones. It's more easier for me. So I guess my issue is that I don't really know how to start talking, but I see her on my dash all the time and I enjoy it very much, and she's very good at what she does too. And she really developed her character, which I like as well. That's very important when it comes to original characters, because if you don't develop them enough, they kind of die off. But she's really made her separate. It's very good. Next one is Golden Girl of Starfleet. She's so sweet. She really is. And I've only interacted with her a couple times, but she's a really good femme Jim Kirk. It's like literally the opposite. It's like Jim Kirk but female version. It's very good. I recommend you guys follow her, interact with her, everything. She's awesome. And I also have I'm a Doctor Not a Blog I want to make a shout out to. We've never interacted ever, but you are my senpai, because the way you play Bones is beyond great. It's like you are Bones. I see you on my dash, I read what you write, and brings me to tears, or makes me think, and it really inspires me to write, and it really inspires me to become a better role player. So, God bless you. I will always follow you, always be a fan. So, continue being great. You are awesome. And the last one on my list is not in the roleplay community. And this one is Sorry for Party Spocking. I've known him on my personal account and now follow him on my roleplay account. He's really cool. I enjoyed talking to him. I haven't talked to him in a while. I haven't seen him on my dash in a while as well. So if you're out there and you're watching this, well, yeah. So yeah. So looks like that's it for the shoutouts. If I'm forgetting you, I am so sorry, because I am not good at preparing, and I am a procrastinator, and I'm just I don't know. Okay, let's get to the questions, shall we? Okay, first question was from My Family Is My Crew, and they said, what got you into Tumblr, specifically the roleplay side of Tumblr? And basically what got me into Tumblr, well, first off, I had a main account, which is Live Long and Prosper Bitch, and I basically was bored one day, created an account, said, alright, let's go, and I got addicted. I was just reblog, scroll through everything, and I just couldn't stop. I think that happened to everybody though, but it was mostly because of boredom. So for my main account with boredom. When it came to my roleplay account, I think I follow some of the roleplay accounts on my main blog as well. Some of them, like Snarky Dr. McCoy, I think I follow, who was very, like, that was a long time ago. And I guess I started reading what they were writing and investigating a little bit, and I said, you know what? I want to do that. So then I just created an account, decided to start. I am a very new person when it comes to role playing. I just started in July, and it is now November, so only a few months or something. So yeah, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to start. I love Star Trek. I got into it in May. Yeah, I'm not a long-term Star Trek fan. I just discovered it this year, and I just started role playing this year. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I started really quickly, but I am very glad I joined, and I'm blessed. What is my next question? Anonymous. It said, what made you like Star Trek in the first place? Okay. They asked a lot of questions in this ask, but I'm going to start with this one. What made me like Star Trek in the first place? Well, I actually discovered Star Trek with the new movies. The Star Trek 2009 and Into Darkness. I watched Star Trek 2009. It was randomly on one of these days, and we're like, click, alright, whatever, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, what is this? And my dad's like, oh look, it's a reboot of Star Trek, and they're talking about, like, Spock and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, is the cute guy Spock? Oh my gosh. And I love Spock from the beginning, and researching him more, I fell more in love with him, but that's a whole different topic. But I guess just watching the new movies, seeing the characters interact, and I'm a science nerd, a big science nerd, so that really tickled my fancy. So, I don't know, just watching the new movies. You would think I would watch the original, but I actually started off with the new movies and then watched some of the original. I haven't even got through the original series, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the Next Generation. Don't hit me, please. I am an original series fan, and strictly that. Kirk and Spock, they are my people. And also, I also like the storyline when it comes to that, and I love Zachary Quinto. So, yeah. They also asked, what is your connection/feelings toward Ahura? Well, when it comes to Ahura, she is very strong and very independent, much like me. I am a very strong and independent woman. You don't need no man. And, you know, I love her. I think she's awesome. And she's stubborn but sweet. And I feel we share, like, some traits together, so I feel like we're kind of, like, related, and we kind of relate to each other, and I feel like it's a part of myself I'm putting into a character, so it's nice. They also asked, if you didn't RP as Ahura, who would you have RP'd as? Well, actually, and I'm going to be completely honest, I was going to make a Spock account. I originally wanted to roleplay as Spock. He was my first favorite character, and still my #1 favorite character ever. He really made me love Star Trek. I really feel that his differences can relate to me because of my issues, and I feel like I can relate to Spock on some kind of level, and I love Spock. I always have, and I really wanted to roleplay as him, but, you know, things happen and you can't, so. And plus, I mean, I feel like, you know, role-playing as a guy and I'm a woman, I think that's harder. So I kind of went the easier route, especially being someone who's new to the roleplay community. So I decided to just stick with Ahura. Ahura is really awesome. I really don't regret picking her. I am so glad I did. I learned so much from her that I never would have thought I would have learned from her. But if I were to go back and I were to pick another character, it definitely would have been Spock. What is your opinion on Almost Human so far? I was very skeptical at first. When it came to Almost Human, I basically decided to watch it because of Karl Urban. I mean, come on, who doesn't like Karl Urban and his Kiwi-ness and his eyebrows? I love Karl Urban. And so when I watched it, I was surprised that I actually liked it. Very surprised. Because I thought it was going to be one of those just corny shows that, not really good, but I really, really enjoy it. And I cannot wait for each episode, and I feel like it's a lot like Star Trek. And I feel like he's a lot like Bones. And that made me smile because Bones is another one of my favorite characters. I love Triumvirate, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I love Spock, I love Kirk, and I love Bones. Those are my three major characters, and to see him in Almost Human, who kind of represents Bones a little bit, like you can see Bones in him, that's nice. That is very nice to see. But yeah, I do like it so far, and I'm going to continue to watch it. And last question from this anonymous: any opinions on particular roleplay partners that you would like to say? I basically said it in the shoutouts, but again, of Space and Logic, and my family is my crew. You guys are my OTPs, and I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome, and yeah, so that's it. My next question is from, I think they changed the URL, but when I wrote this down, it says, do not tell my son I have this. You know who you are. I never looked up to update. I'm sorry. Wow, never mind. Okay. They ask a lot of questions too. What's the first band you fell in love with and why? First time ever, like little kid ever, it was between Baha Men and NSYNC. I mean, they had a good beat, and I was a little kid, so I'm like, oh, look, NSYNC, let's dance. Like, I liked pop music when I was a kid. I still kind of do, but I'm very picky. But now, I like Gojira, which I'm wearing a shirt. It's a heavy metal band, and I fell in love with them when I first listened to them. Their lyrics are so great. Like, if you like heavy metal, you need to listen to Gojira. Like, their lyrics are very inspirational, very earthy, and very about the environment, and it's just so good. Like, their lyrics are very meaningful, and, like, I get goosebumps. And I also went to a concert, I think, last January, and their concert, mind-blowing. It was crazy. Like, I couldn't move for days because I was just like, yeah, like all that. It was amazing. I love them. They're actually more international than they are in a United States. So for them to come to where I live and for me to go see them, once in a lifetime chance. Like, I was so happy. And I actually went with a friend of mine too, so it was even more awesome seeing it with a friend than by myself. Plus, I don't think my mom would have let me, but that's a different story. Okay. And they said, what is the first character / person you developed a personal fascination with or crush on? My very first one would have to be, very first crush, probably has to be Cole Sprouse from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and a whole bunch of other movies that I just can't remember right now. I was obsessed. I'm not even gonna lie. I was completely obsessed with him. I loved him so much. I mean, he was cute. He was my type. I liked the nerdy boys. I mean, it basically just all in all, I loved him. And so I became obsessed, and I don't know why. I just did. I don't know. Now it's with Zachary Quinto. Yeah. So. What about Ahura made you want to make a blog for her? Okay. This is similar to the question I answered before, but the reason why I wanted to make a blog for her is because, well, she's a lot like me, and also she's a female, so I feel like I can relate. Like, we're both females, so it's just like, I feel you on this part, all that, and really, like, I find that She's more of an easier person to roleplay, more so than Spock. And since I'm new to the community, I feel like it was a good starter, I guess you could say. So that was nice. I love her and Spock together. So I wanted to have a character to be with Spock. And no, I'm not trying to play favorites. That just happened though. But it was nice to look, like, then again, I looked at it and I'm like, oh, look, I can roleplay with Spock. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. Like, because I love Spock. So, yeah. And she's also very relatable and very realistic, which kind of helps me because, like I said, I'm new. So, yeah, and honestly, it just came by chance. I was just thinking of what Star Trek characters I could roleplay as, and Uhura came up, and I'm like, I'll make an account for Uhura. Like, I didn't even research it that much. And then after starting roleplaying with her, I got to research more, and I got more and more involved, and I just love her. Like, she's just so great. She is a space queen. If you don't love Uhura, then you need to go somewhere. Like, she's awesome. The next question is there a comic book series or character that you're particularly interested in? Sorry, I don't really read comic books or any of that stuff. I'm more of a movie, TV show junkie, so I don't really have one for you. I'm sorry. What was your favorite book as a kid? My favorite book as a kid was this book called Toes. I can't really remember what it's about, but I think it's this cat that had like 6 toes or something. I don't know. It was really good, and I cried. And also, I loved the Warrior Cat series. There's like 30 books in this series. It's crazy, and they're still making more. God, I just loved animal books, but it was really good. My mom even liked it too. It's pretty crazy, but yeah, I really like that series. Favorite book now? You're trying to ask someone who loves to read what their favorite book now is? Well, see, I love Nicholas Sparks books. I'm a sap, romantic sap, completely. Like, I will read The Notebook, I will read The Last Song, I will read all of that, The Lucky One, I'll read it all. Seriously, I love Nicholas Sparks, and I love all those sad romantic movies. And books. I meant books, oh god. Anyway, they also asked, do you know any star constellations? Again, no, I don't. Sorry, I'm not really that smart when it comes to star constellations, so. And then, also, Team Vulcan! Woo! Okay. Next question is from Lachikos. The series of questions is from Lachikos. And they said, why did you choose Uhura for your muse? Again, alike, relatable, realistic, easy to roleplay, because I'm a beginner and I just love her in general. She's just awesome, you know? What is your favorite part of her personality? That's hard to choose because I love her as a whole, but I love her sass and I love her independence. Like, you don't mess with her kind of deal. Like, you mess with her, you get cut. Like, she don't take crap from anybody, and I love that about her. What other fandoms are you in? Well, I guess you can't really call them fandoms, but I'll tell you what I really, really enjoy, and I don't know if there's actually a fandom for these besides some of them. I'm part of the Bates Motel, American Horror Story, Assassin's Creed, Skyrim / Elder Scrolls, Hostages, and Almost Human. I'm also a part of Sleepy Hollow fandom, and I actually have a Sleepy Hollow account. I just made one for Ichabod Crane, and it's called, I think it's IamIchabodCrane.tumblr.com. So if you want more information, message me. I'll link them up for you. I haven't really done much. It kind of did like one of those like things. Like I had a lot of activity and then I kind of didn't go on it because I've been so wrapped up in my Missnyotauhura account. But I really want to roleplay, but I haven't found anyone who wants to, and I'd rather roleplay with someone I know first, so that way I can kind of develop his character before I start roleplaying with people who I don't know. So if any of you guys really want to roleplay with my Ichabod Crane, you don't have to know Sleepy Hollow at all. You don't have to know it at all. Just if you want to roleplay with my Ichabod Crane account, just let me know. That would be really helpful. Thank you. Okay, so they also asked, what are some of your favorite movies? Oh boy, what are my favorite movies? I like A Haunting in Connecticut, always be a favorite. The Conjuring was really good. I like basically horror movies. I like horror movies, romance movies, Nicholas Sparks movies. Can't really think of any that really stick out. Besides, of course, the usual Star Trek. I mean, I love Star Trek, and I love the movies. I love the original series, like any kind of Star Trek movie. But other than Star Trek, I love horror movies and romance movies. Very picky with horror movies, though. But if you ask me a specific movie, I'll tell you if I like it or not. But I haven't seen many movies, and Of Space and Logic knows this. So, yeah. I guess that. I also love The Hobbit. I just seen it, and I'm actually might be going to the premiere when Desolation of Smaug comes out. I'm so excited. Goodness. It says, what career are you hoping to get in the future? Well, I actually am going to college for biomedical sciences, and I want to become a doctor. So I got to go to like 8 years of schooling after high school. It's my last year of high school. So I'm basically going to a science school to be a doctor. And that's what I plan on doing. So let's hope it all works out well. Let's hope I get accepted into these schools that I applied to and that are good for science, because I really need a good one. I really need a good school. So, okay. The next one is from another anonymous question, and it was like one of those MUN questions that I reblogged, and it was number 1, and I wrote down what it was. It says, what are the MUN's OTPs? Okay. I'm gonna list both Star Trek OTPs and other fandom OTPs. When it comes to, for Star Trek, my main OTP is Spook-Uhura, Spock and Uhura. Love them together. Absolute favorite. I have so many feelings for that. Like, they are just amazing. After seeing the Star Trek movies and after seeing them in TOS, I just could not, like, not ship them. Like, I love them together. The dynamic is great. Like, you can really tell that Uhura lets Spock be himself, and that she really cares about him and really wants him to be who he is, and so she doesn't judge him for that. And I just love that so much. Like, I have so much I could say about this OTP, but I don't have enough time in this video. So I'm just going to continue. Another one, my second top favorite, well actually it's kind of like in competition with each other, but Spook is probably the most top. The next one is Spock and Kirk, of course. I mean, they're great together. I love all the fan art, the fan fiction. I mean, I read it all, see it all. Like, I love them together. And same with Spook. I read fan fiction and see fan art, but Spook is probably one of those that I read more often. But I love them together. I mean, who doesn't? If you're in a Star Trek fandom, you're bound to ship Spook. I mean, they're the first gay ship that I ship. So, yeah. I mean, I love them together. So, I just love them too. My next one would have to be Khan and Uhura, and this is specifically with my family as my crew. So, I am willing to openly roleplay with other Khans, but I'm not sure if it's going to be the same thing, like same ship and same OTP as I have with them, because I just have so many feelings toward their Khan, especially Dorky Khan. I love them together, and I plan on replying back to that one thread. I just haven't gotten to it. I've been really busy and haven't really had much inspiration, and I'm really sorry about that. Not just to you, but just to everyone. Like, I don't know what happened, but Nyota just kind of disappeared for a while, and I don't know where she went, but she's kind of coming back, and I think she's here. I mean, she's coming back. She's almost here, and I really want to get back to replying to a bunch of threads, so I hope to do that. So please, I thank you for being patient with me, and I just need a little bit more patience, and I plan to get back to it, I promise. Okay, back on topic. My another OTP I have is McKirk, McCoy and Kirk. Not as much as Spurk though. I mean, I don't like them as much. I mean, I can see the dynamic between the two, and I do enjoy it. I do enjoy some fan fiction, like not much, but very few. I like the one blog called slash sailing. Too many S's. Yeah, but they're really good when it comes to writing that fan fiction, and so I enjoy reading that. And so, I mean, it's not as high up, but I do ship it. And the last one I have for the original series is Uhura and Chekhov. I know that's some weird ship, I know, but I just see them together for some reason in TOS. I don't know why, I just do. I see like a connection there, and I love TOS Chekhov more so than Reboot. So, yeah. And my other fandoms, when it comes to Sleepy Hollow, I ship I ship Abby, like Ichabod and Abby Mills. Alright, I can't pronounce some of this stuff, I'm sorry. But I ship those two together. If you saw the show, you would see what I mean. It's kind of like a Spurk in the Sleepy Hollow fandom. Like, they are so cute together, and I just want them to be together forever. Like, please, please do it. Please, Sleepy Hollow writers, make them together. Okay. Next is an American Horror Story Asylum. I ship Thredson and Lana. I know that he brought her into his basement and basically raped her and kept her hostage and whatnot, but you know what? I wanted them to be together, and I was very mad at the ending, and I'm not going to spoil the ending for you guys. But those of you who have seen it, you guys know what I mean, and it's annoying because at the same time I was like, yeah, man, she got away, like, you know, women power, but at the same time I'm like, you couldn't have just accepted it. I'm like, if Zachary Quinto came knocking on my door and he took me into his basement and said, you know what, you're going to love me, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? Like, come on now, it's Zachary Quinto. I don't care if you want to skin me alive, boy, you are hot. No, I'm just kidding. No, but, Fredson's character is very complicated, and I feel like he does bad things, but I don't think he really understands he does bad things. So I kind of have mixed emotions toward him, and I think that if Lana would have stayed, then they wouldn't have had any issues. I'm just being completely honest. I think if she built up trust in him, everything would have been alright. But no, it's American Horror Story. Crazy stuff happens. Anyway, my last ship that isn't in this Star Trek fandom is Ellen Sanders and Duncan Carlisle. This is in Hostages. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. It is an amazing show. It's on CBS. Oh, sorry. On CBS at 10, and it is so great. I love that show. It's one of my shows I watch every week, and it's basically about like the hostages. I mean, they're hostage, but I can't really talk more into it if you guys haven't seen it, and I feel like not many of you guys have, so if you want to know more about it, just look it up. I mean, it's so great. Ellen Sanders is a doctor, Duncan Carlisle is the guy who takes her hostage, and I don't know, I kind of like them two together. Alright, well, alright, the last question I have is from Keiju Groupie Newt, and who's asked, who is your #1 favorite scientist ever? Well, I haven't really researched many scientists of lately, okay? I really should, but I really don't know. I'm gonna be completely honest, I really have no idea. I mean, I guess I have to say Stephen Hawking, because he's still alive, and I don't know, him or Newton or Locke, John Locke, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly, I'm being completely honest. I know many scientists, but I don't really have a favorite. I mean, I kind of like how they all contributed to science, but I could say that Newton was very interesting, I guess you could say. But other than that, I don't have a favorite. Because there's a lot of scientists and there's a lot of different branches of science, like physics and psychology, psychology kind of like inventions and scientists and whatnot, and then there's biology, and then there's, you know, chemistry. There's a lot that you can choose from. So, I'm not sure, but those are just some that I find interesting. So, and I think that is it with the questions. If I did not get to you, if you sent me a question and I did not get to it, just comment, or you can just message me. I'll make sure I answer your question right away. And yes, I did get all your questions. I just didn't reply because I wanted them to still be in my inbox. So yes, I did get to them, obviously. But if I did not get to yours for some reason at all, I must have like skipped over it, lost it, whatever, just please let me know and I will reply as soon as possible. Probably just right then and there, because I would feel really terrible if I forgot you, because that's really, really sad. But yeah, so that's all the questions. I want to thank you all who asked me questions. Thank you for taking the time out and being curious and sending them in to me. I want to thank all the people that follow me and that I follow and that interact with me, and thank you for giving me a chance. Someone who's a newbie, thank you for just coming out here and letting me roleplay with you guys. I know I'm not the best person when it comes to keeping up with threads, but I really am grateful for every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for being here for me and just being awesome. Like, I'm very thankful. And the Star Trek community is really, really great, and I am just so thankful to be a part of it. And thank you guys for coming in, accepting me with open arms, and I really hope that my success continues in this fandom, and I hope I will continue to grow as a person and as a writer, and I really just want to thank you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this very long video too, because I know I tend to ramble and I tend to be kind of boring, so I'm sorry taking up your time too much, but again, thank you all for following. This is Missnyotauhura's Mun, and this is the Mun video, so I will see you guys later, and I will try to reply to everything I can as soon as possible. If you have any more questions, or if you're curious about anything else, just hit me up anytime. I'm willing to answer questions. I really am. I love anonymous questions, so send them in if you want to know more about me. So, and just a sneak peek, for my next 100, I'm probably going to do a follow forever. So, yeah, just letting you guys know. But that's just sneak preview. I may or may not, but I most likely will. So I'm just letting you guys know in this video, so people who watch this video will know. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for following. I love you guys all. Alright, Nyota out.